Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Saturday, October 19th, and we are here trying to take the mystery out of your financial life. Let me just dispel of one mystery right now, and that is for my Jewish friends who are listening. I am not working on Yom Kippur. We pre-recorded this, and in fact, today and tomorrow, we are going to provide you with some snippets from our real estate webinar. We had realtor Tim Mullett from Chicago, mortgage broker Mike Ramey from Detroit join us for Jill on Money Live back in September. And it was great because there's so much going on in the real estate market. And again, this is hopefully going to allow you to get a sense of what it's like to have a webinar experience. We do answer questions at every webinar, and they are live, and it's a lot of fun. So if you want that experience, you'll need to subscribe to Jill on Money Live. Access to those quarterly live webinars, the back catalog like this real estate episode, and more special content, all for $35. So I think a pretty good deal. So today we're going to give you the part of the interview with a kind of a landscape of what's going on. Tim's going to start about what is the real estate market looking like to him, and then Mike will discuss rate cuts. Let's just kind of talk a little bit about what you're seeing on the ground right now. Are there some people who are now saying, hey, you know what? I'll list my house. I'm ready to move. Are you starting to see a little bit of a thawing of that locked in feeling?
Definitely having some conversations with clients, because there are those people that are in the 3 and 4% that want to find something else and are open to selling, but they're not confident that there's any inventory of anything that they like. So they're like, until they start seeing more inventory, they're not super eager to list their home, right? So that's been a challenging part. There's definitely been more conversations. I do think once we see more consistently, like in the 5s, that's going to maybe move the needle a little bit more, and people are going to feel a little bit more comfortable listing their home. It's like the gas price, mentality, right? When you see $4 and $5 and all of a sudden you see a 3, it's like, wow, this is really low. It's just changing the mind shift essentially.
Yeah. And Mike, I was telling Mark this. I was on the Freddie Mac website, and I looked and I was surprised that we actually saw just about a 5% 30-year fix in 2018. It's not that long ago. It's just that dramatic drop from 5 to 2.5 or 3, which is really stunning. And so what are you fielding? What kinds of questions are you getting from people who either have bought when rates are higher? When is it a time to look at refinancing? Are you selling more adjustable rate? What's out there?
One of the biggest things we get is once the Fed, as they did just recently, lower the rate 0.5%, 50 basis points, the calls we get is everyone thinks that mortgage rates went down 50 basis points, and they didn't. And as we know, and I'm sure most of your audience knows, is that the direct impact of the cuts that the Fed made are credit cards, car loans, and such. In reality, though, the mortgage rates had anticipated these rate cuts for a while, or at least long enough, where they had already improved leading up to the meeting. So the questions we're getting is, as I said, did rates go down 50 basis points? And then we explained, no, that's not the case, unfortunately, although they have improved over the course of the past several months. And then the question is, what's going to happen moving forward? And the likelihood is that we are going to see rates trend downward. The question is when and by how much is tough to say. But there is no question, at least in my mind, and based on everything that I've read, is that we're going to see rates in the 5s, whether it's low 5s or the mid 5s. But I think we're going to get there. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to the pandemic level, 2 and 3. But and in terms of the question regarding adjustable rates, in some cases it might make sense, and I think that's really situational. Is how long are you going to stay in your house? How much of a better rate do you get with an adjustable rate mortgage? So we're seeing that there are options there. I think all in all is that we're going to continue to see a downward trend in mortgage rates. And I'm hopeful that we'll see a pretty significant improvement from today, probably early quarter, maybe first to second quarter of next year. At least that's what I'm telling my clients, and I'm very optimistic.
And telling yourself.
I'm telling myself that every day. Every day.
But I will say this. I think okay, let's take the Fed at its word. They get another 0.5 point before the end of this year. Is is the mortgage market, has that already been built in? So I saw that last Thursday. So the mortgage rates that we look at, or I look at, are the Freddie Mac that come out Thursday morning. And last week it was 6.09. If you were to get another half a point by the end of this year, is that already baked into the 30-year fixed rate mortgage right now?
So I think that there's, obviously, serious expectation that rates are going to go down at least 50 basis points this year. But I think mortgage rates will come down, not 50 basis points, but I don't think that's fully baked in. I do believe that we're going to see some improvement in rates. In my business, the 10-year Treasury is a pretty good indicator of, where mortgage rates are going to go. And, we do believe that 10-year yield is going to come down and consequently rates will improve. By how much, I don't know. But I do think we'll see from today improvement through the end of the year in mortgage rates.
We'll have more from our webinar tomorrow. But if you've got a question today or any day, all you need to do is go to our website, jillonmoney.com, and click the Contact Us button. Just write us that note, and if you'd like to join us live, Mark will do everything else because he's the best executive producer in the whole wide world. You knew that. You can subscribe to Jill on Money on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Try to lift someone up, change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.